airdrop community, and Frenchie always has been coming in there for some time. And he comes in there every Wednesday, gives us an update on what's going on with French Connection. And it's always just a good update. So he contacted me and said, hey, let's see if we can work together a little bit on the French Connection Telegram. And I said, yeah, you guys are mooning lately. You guys are going crazy. And he said, yeah, we got a lot to update the community with. So yeah, it should be an exciting day today as we talk about lots of different things that's going on in the FCF world. And then we'll go from there. And hopefully we can do this weekly, because I think the way you guys are going, there's going to be plenty to say every week. But a few things about me. I run a little bit different of an AMA style than most. It's a little more laid back. You can hear the music vibe already in the background. If you feel like the music is too loud, let me know. But I'll occasionally do some sound effects too, just to add a little bit something. So if I say something really, magical, might do something like that. If I if Frenchie gives some sort of a big announcement, I'll do something like that. So try to do a little something different. I try to be a little different of an AMA host. But yeah, so Frenchie's in here. He said something already. What's going on in your part of the world?
We're doing good. We're very excited and very happy to have you here with us. Now the AMA are going to be magical, if I can say.
Yes. I've already done a little bit of magical AMA. So glad we can do that. And yeah, I always encourage, and I'll let Frenchie determine how much participation he wants. But I always appreciate you guys that are coming on there and laugh at something. If something's funny, laugh. If something's bad, say something there too. Don't be disruptive, but it's always good to, and especially also chat in the Telegram chat as well. Your comments or maybe questions that you've got to ask. So, Frenchie, you ready to go ahead and start with this? You feel like we've got enough people in here ready to roll?
We have 56 people in the chat, which is amazing. I just want to warn everyone. I never mute the Telegram voice chat usually, because everyone is respectful and everyone waits for their turn. But now we are getting bigger and bigger. So I would please ask you to not talk when we are talking. There's going to be time for question and answers. Just let's keep it as clear as possible, please.
That sounds great. And I appreciate you saying that, because you are right, man. As you grow, there gets to be some growing pains for sure. And eventually when you get big enough, you just have to mute the chat and mute everybody except who's speaking. But for now, you want it to be good in an open forum like that. And so far, the community's been really on their best behavior. So doing good there. So yeah, let's one more thing, a bit of just self-promotion. Any of you can always follow me around on Twitter at Voice of DeFi. And you can kind of follow me around, and I'm going to start announcing these as well on that Twitter. We kind of threw me on here a little quicker today, but I'll start announcing these as well so that you can know whenever I'm going to do these. But let's start out with getting kind of to the nitty gritty. Let's get to the meat of this bone. Recently, French Connection and had a corporate meeting, and just a lot of talks with internally. How'd that go, first of all? Let me know just kind of what went on in that meeting. What can you tell us about it?
So back and forth, it began, I think, 2 weeks ago. Today was our fourth meeting. We had an offer last week. We made a counter offer. They had a week to review it. I think it was on Monday. They had until today to review it. They reviewed it. And obviously, like any corp that is profit focused, they came with a counter offer. And now I have to confirm or refuse that offer. So far, none of the offers that I have received are, in my opinion, the best for FCF. They are good offers, very good offers, but not for the vision and the ecosystem that I want to build. So as long as they don't come with an offer that respects that vision and promotes our vision and our dividend program with the LPs sucking in funds and all that, I will not accept their offers. So now they see that we are not cracking under pressure, that I'm not accepting their offers, even though the offers are amazing. I still don't believe that those offers are the best thing for FCF yet. I had a vision for FCF. Yeah, I had a vision for FCF. I wanted everyone to earn dividends. I wanted the LP to always grow with it. I wanted an always growing project that rewards the true holders. Yes, that corp is a huge corp. Yes, it will bring us a lot of visibility. But what's the point of that if they do not respect our dividend system? That's the point I'm working with them. They need to understand that the dividend is staying. And so far, I think they start to see that because I'm not accepting their offers. Even though the COO bought a lot of FCF lately. So he's on board with FCF. He really loves FCF. It's just on the point of view of a corp, a listed corp on the stock exchanges, they don't see how they can tell their shareholders why 66% of all the funds, the profits, are going into a dividend pool and a liquidity pool. And they have to explain what a liquidity pool and a dividend pool is on a BST network. So that's even more stuff to do.
Wait a second. I hate to interrupt you here, but you said some of them don't even understand what a liquidity pool is.
Well, the COO is a crypto investor. He's not a BSC investor. Those are two different species.
Yes. Yes.
So I had to explain him how an AMM work. I had to show him how PancakeSwap work. He bought some FCF. He really loves the project. He doesn't believe how big we got since the first time that we had a meeting. Those people are stock people. They see a 20% in one day. They go crazy. We showed them over 1,000% in a week. So they don't believe what they're saying.
Yeah, if you're used to stocks and all of a sudden you see 1,000% in a week, you don't know what to think. Your head's spinning for sure. So it sounds like, just to reiterate what you just said, you've had some offers, some counter offers, but nothing is really the offer that you think is the best for the project. And I think this is good because I see a lot of early projects that just take whatever deal comes to them because they're so excited that there is a deal. They just take the first one that comes. But it sounds like you're able to be smart about this and be selective, even though sometimes that means turning down a deal if it's not the right one for you. Is that kind of your mindset?
If the deal is not the best for FCF, I am not interested.
Yeah, for sure. It sounds exactly like that. And I know
the first offer they ever made me had nothing to do with FCF. They offered me like a signing bonus to join them. I refused it right away. I'm not interested in joining them or selling the vision or selling the gateway. The gateway is FCF gateway. It goes with the ecosystem. It goes with FCF World Connect that we're working on. It goes with all the vision I have for the 5 next years. So there's no amount of money that will make me cancel that to join them. They cannot do it, and they understood that point. Now they are working their way around FCF with the gateway to be able to merge everything with them. But the point that is blocking them is the fact that we're sending 33% of the fees into the liquidity pool and 33% into the dividend pool. They don't understand why we would do that.
So do you think it's just an understanding sort of a thing? Like once they wrap their head around, I mean, if they're not in this space, then maybe they don't understand that happens. As they get more comfortable with that idea, might that help with negotiations?
It can, but what are we facing at the moment is the competition is our 3% fees. We're aiming for 1.5% fees. So they see a 1.5% loss of profit at the moment. And then we have 66% of the fees going back to the community. So they see that an even biggest loss. And when you work in stocks, you know that profit is king, cash is king. So they don't see why we're putting so much away of the profit.
Yeah.
That's the part they want to work around, but they don't understand the vision that I have. The vision is a token for the people, by the people.
Yeah, they don't understand that this is actually something that could be beneficial to the holders, and it's not just going to be beneficial to them. And that's what, I get it. They're in business. They're trying to make sure that it's good for them. But your vision is that it's good for them and the FCF community. And I appreciate that you're holding on to that vision to make sure that, you're not compromising your ideals just because you have a potential partnership in front of you. You're still keeping with what your intention was, which is, like you said, for the people, by the people, which I think is great. So you've had your chart's been pumping pretty good lately. It's been what a last few days it's been. We're flirting with an all-time high right now. A little bit of this might be because of a potential LBank listing that you have coming up. Let's talk about that a little bit. When does LBank trading even begin? When do we start with this?
So today they have announced our listing. Trading will begin on Tuesday. I'm gonna go get the exact hour because they gave it with UTC +8. I think that's Hong Kong time because LBank is big in Asia. So I will get that announcement to see exactly at what time trading begins. So trading opens on the 16th, which is Tuesday, at 9 p.m. UTC +8. UTC +8 is Hong Kong, 9 p.m. Hong Kong time. So that would be.
It'd be about 30 minutes ago. Yeah, it's 20:30 UTC right now. So
+8. It's UTC +8.
Oh, UTC +8. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. So like you said, Hong Kong time. But so it starts Tuesday of next week then is what I heard you say.
Exactly. They wanted to list it earlier. I decided to make it wait so we could hype it even more, to never rush into things. So I told them, let's do it on Tuesday.
Well, here's what I like about it is we're definitely in the midst of a bull run. Now I know in in Bitcoin it went up to 69,000, not quite 69,420 is what everybody wanted it to be, but it went up to a little over 69,000 and went down to about 62. But I think it may start creeping back up. And the good thing about it is it may start creeping back up around early next week. And if that's not financial advice, no prediction, but it could. And if that's the case, then I think your listing time of on Tuesday with LBank would be really good. So, okay. I hold FCF. It's one of the reasons why I like doing this with you is I'm a holder. I'm not just a fan, but I also hold. And one of the things I really like is the dividend that I get. How's that going to work with LBank? Is it going to work in the same fashion?
So LBank, how it's going to work, if you are a holder on PancakeSwap, nothing changes. If the new holders buy on LBank, the way it goes for them, they get taxed 10% on purchase and 10% on sales. So when they purchase FCF with USDT, they will receive 90% of what they purchase. When they sell for USDT, they will get 90% of what they sold for. So 10% of all the buys are going to be redistributed to all the holders on LBank. So their dividend will be in FCF, not with BNDs. Then when they sell, the 10% will be sent back to me once a month. So the marketing fee, the LP fee will be sent into the correct wallet. And then the 5% dividend will be sent into the dividend pool. Now we have two options. It's either I send all the amount in the same day, or I break it down into 30 days, and every day I send that amount into the dividend pool. I think I'm going to go with the second option because that would be the best thing for long-term holders. Because if you buy directly before that day, you're going to get the same percentage of that dividend into your wallet. So that is a bit unfair for older holders, the true diamond-handed. So I think I'm going to be doing it manually and breaking down the dividend and sending it to the dividend pool once a day. So the first 30 days, the holders are not going to see dividend coming from LBank, but after that, it will be daily.
So just to reiterate what you're saying, so first 30 days, nothing, but then you're going to get a payment at the end of that first 30 days, and you're going to hold on to that and then basically disperse it out one day. You're going to divide by 30 and then, or 31, or however many days are in that next month, and then give out a fraction of that each day manually. Is that what I understand?
That is correct.
Okay.
So instead of sending a huge lump of money into one day of dividend and new holders come in, they grab the dividend and then they leave, I will break it down so it's just going to be compounded on the actual dividend.
Can you automate? This is my own just personal question. Is that going to be a manual process, or will you be able to automate that in some level? I'm just looking for your own, ability to not have to do that manually every day, or is it something you don't mind doing?
I will do it manually for the first month to see how it goes. And then once the first month is over, it will be done by automation.
Gotcha. I've heard somebody say before, if you're going to automate something, you should do it manually first, so you know kind of the ins and outs of it. So yeah, that first 30 days, I'm sure, will be a good way to kind of get the idea of what you want to do before you would turn it into automated. Now, for the dividend, this sounds really like a good deal for those diamond-handed holders that you already have. If they're already holding FCF, waiting for that dividend, after this 30 days, their dividends, I mean, that first month of dividends could be pretty good, because my guess is there will be some pretty good trading on LBank right there in that first month, because it will be an initial listing over there. So that that first month that those dividends come out on that second month could be pretty good, correct?
Well, if the volume is massive on LBank, if we get 1 million volume per day, that's a lot of dividends for 30 days.
Yeah. That'll be really, really good. Okay, so you got onto LBank, and the other day on the airdrop open mic, you had said that you had been approached by several different exchanges, but you had said no because it didn't really match what you wanted to do dividend-wise, kind of like what you said with your corporate meeting that you had. But let's say you do want to get to another exchange at some point besides LBank. What kind of exchange are you looking for? What's your goals?
So exchanges must respect our dividend. If they do not respect it, there's no point into listing with them. By example, Bitmart, we've been in talk with them for a month. They even lowered their prices because they really wanted to list us. And then they told me that they would not be able to support our dividend. So that was the end for Bitmart. We are not going forward with Bitmart because they do not support the dividend. There's no point into going with that.
I wonder if over time, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I was just saying, I wonder if over time, because here's what's happening. I can see it happening with a group like Bitmart, is at first they make you kind of a whatever kind of offer. You know, they give you a price, and they want to see how you do. And next thing you know, they can see like, oh, FCF's doing pretty good. And then they lower their price. And you still say no, because you say, this is about the dividend. It's not about the price. And I just wonder if, 6 months from now or something like that, if you continue on the same track that you're on, if eventually they say, okay, what do we need to do? What do we need to do to get this dividend thing to work? Or if I just wonder if it's beyond their capabilities of doing.
So now the only token that they do dividend for is SafeMoon because they're big. And I'm pretty sure they listed them for free. So eventually we will get big, we'll get huge. And they will have to come see us and say, you know what? We're sorry, John. We'll do your dividends. And then everything's going to be good. But now listing with them and paying them because they ask for a big fee, and yet they don't respect the dividend. That's no good.
Right. Yeah. It's here's the thing is I'm hearing a theme in a lot of these answers is your original vision for FCF is you wanted this dividend. You really felt that that's been important. And it seems like at almost every turn as you try to grow, it's almost like people are trying to talk you out of that dividend. If you would just give this up, you could get on Bitmart. If you could just give this up, you could, talk with this corporate meeting and you could go forward with there. But it seems to me like you're really serious about getting this dividend because it's kind of like you're fighting for your own investors. You're fighting for your own people. Does it feel like that? Does it feel like a fight to make sure you keep your original vision?
It does. The original vision will never change. I had that idea, and that idea will get executed the same way that I have planned it. I have pre-planned it for over 5 years. Everything will go exactly how it should go, except for the side project that come and might not be done. But the main vision, the main project, the main roadmap will have to be done exactly the same way that it has been planned for. Otherwise, what's the reason of planning? So the dividend was the backbone of FCF. The dividend is what makes wealth not sell for profit. The dividend is what really rewards the holders. The dividend and BNB is perfect. You are getting money that you do not need to sell, and you can do whatever you want with it. We're not giving you FCF reflection. those would be useless because they would change with the value of FCF. And then when you would want to sell it, you'd have to pay 10% fees on it. So those are not good. We want our holders to be able to take reflection out every day and do whatever they want with it, no matter what. Nothing will ever change my mind on the dividend.
I love it. I love it. I love whenever I log into my wallet now and I can see my dividend amount, and it's always amazing to be able to see that it's grown. And yeah, I love, especially here lately with so much volume on here. So let's say we're into the future, not that very far into the future, but you are bigger than you are now, and you're starting to get approached by like Bitmart or some other places that eventually just say whatever it takes, we want to get you. So let's just assume we're in a world that everybody will do the dividend if you ask them to, and everybody will do whatever you need them to do. How many exchanges are you wanting to list on? Is there an end result to this, an end number to it, or is it just as many as you can possibly do?
So what I'm aiming for is volume. The price is not something that really matters for me. Yes, it does, but the main thing I want is volume. The more volume, the more dividend. The more dividend, the better it is. We want sales, we want buys. We want everything to go out, go in, nonstop. We don't care about hitting $1 with no volume. We want volume. And this is what we're getting now. When we have big volume, everyone makes big money. We had someone yesterday that made a post on Reddit. He made an Excel sheet with maths, and he showed how much each rank would be making per day if we had the volume of bigger tokens like Baby Doge. And the numbers were crazy. That's a lot of financial independence for a lot of people. A lot of people will have their life changed. Those that could and will hold on FCF are going to be rewarded big in the next couple of years. Those people are actually going to be able to quit their job, pay their debts, and be financially free because of the dividend. What is better than knowing that I've been able to change the lives of so many people?
Man, that gets me excited hearing about this, and a little bit because you're so dead set on making sure that those dividends come in. Because if you kind of wavered on that, then your vision of actually like changing people's lives, well, that would be gone. You wouldn't have that any longer. So the way that you feel about this project gets me excited, and gets me excited about the project, because not only do I want to help out my own financial position, but just the fact that you want to actually be able to change lives, be able to help people make their rent payment, help people make their car payment, that sort of thing. All of this can be done, with just the dividends, if what you're wanting to do is get volume from each of the things. So it sounds to me like that's your primary motivator in picking other exchanges, is not that it will pump the price, which pumping the price is great, but it's that it will bring more volume into your product. So is that your first question you ask, is what volume will this bring?
I look at you when I get approached by an exchange, or I approach myself an exchange, I look at their analytics. So I see how much volume they have, and usually a lot of exchange, they fraud their volume, they fake it with market makers. So they boost Bitcoin and Ethereum and the biggest coins volume, but then you have to go and look at newly listed tokens and see how they do. And then you see some of them with 5,000 volume a day, which is terrible. So I look for big volume. I look for exchanges that don't list 100 different tokens per week. I look at the top exchanges, the ones that have an actual database of users, and not the fake exchanges that only want the listing fees. And from there, if they do accept our tokenomic, it's an option. And after that, it's the negotiation, because listing on exchanges is expensive. By example, L Bank costed 50,000 USD to list on them. So obviously, when we're investing so much money, we want the best result for the community. So you asked me earlier, is there a limit to how many exchanges we are aiming? No, there is not. As many exchanges as possible, as long as they support our tokenomic and they can provide volume and exposure, because obviously listing on an exchange is a door that you open to thousands and millions of potential investors. So you can see the listing fee as a marketing price also, which is tremendous. So I am in talk with another exchange at the moment, and we might get listed on a second exchange 2 weeks after listing on LBank.
There we go. There's a sound effect. Yeah, that gets that. I didn't even give a little fairy. Yeah, that's amazing. So 2 weeks after LBank, that's really a bullish signal for me, because as I think about it, on Tuesday we're going to have start trading on LBank, and that's going to get its own pump. And then this stuff is kind of it's a snowball effect, because if 2 weeks later you can get on another exchange, well, then you have 2 more exchanges than you have right now. You've already getting, this last 24 hours, your volume is pumped up quite a bit. But if this is just the beginning of you looking for exchanges that can bring in volume, the amount of volume that could be coming in, as you said earlier, with LBank daily from dividends, that could be quite significant if you can get enough exchanges. What might keep it from coming 2 weeks after the LBank release?
What was the question?
I just said, you said you think 2 weeks after LBank, you may be on another exchange. What's the variables on that might keep that from happening? Is it just negotiations?
It's negotiation. That's it. There's nothing behind it. I want to wait 2 weeks because when you list on an exchange, there's a massive pump and then people will sell. We never know if that does happen, but the prices on the exchange has to settle. For them to settle down, it needs a week.
Interesting.
So I don't want to clog up our project with so many exchange listing one after the other when the first one haven't settled down yet. So I think 2 weeks is more than enough to be able to settle down. And once it does, we go on the next one. And the same thing happens after that. Once that price on that new exchange settle down, we do another listing. That's exactly how I want to do it.
Well, I think you'll definitely get volume in your strategy, because I know what will happen is these, you get these bots that try to get the arbitrage bots. Yes, there you go. And they'll try to kind of make that happen, which brings in volume, and that's to your advantage. And really, there's not many in the space that do this well like you're doing it, that get on LBank, that get on several different exchanges, that still keep the dividends around, because you've made that very clear. You want to keep the dividends around, and by doing that, you're making it to where these arbitrage bots that come in are going to bring in lots of volume and therefore lots of dividends to people that do that. So to be able to do this with the exchanges and to be able to get the hype and everything you can, you have to do some marketing. It's imperative that any token does really good marketing. Are you wanting to do it? How are you wanting to do it? Are you want to use email or shilling? What's the best way that you're wanting to do your marketing?
So our strongest marketing at the moment is the community. The community is doing a tremendous job on shilling. They are all over the social media. They're always on action. They always push FCF forward. So this is our biggest marketing campaign, the community. And I really love the FCF community. It's more a family than a community, and they're doing a very good job. I am really proud of every single one of them. We have our hands of applause.
Also, oh yeah, we can do some applause, absolutely. And I always say with any project, you need 3 things. You need a good team, a good community, and good tokenomics. And you've got really all 3 that you really are holding on to your tokenomics tight. You want those dividends. You've got a good team. Okay, you're doing a great job here. And then your community is really good tier. And I can say it from even being in this room here. We're up to 76 people in here. People want to know about this project. So you've got all 3 of those things. And man, when you've got all 3 of those things, it really is a kind of a strap in and get ready for a ride situation. So I'm glad to hear you say that you value the community so much. How about email? Are you looking to do any type of email marketing? Because I always think that's a valuable tool.
So I have good news about that. The community knows it, but you don't.
Yeah, let's hear it.
I have an email list of over 1 million crypto users, investors, and we have made a test a couple of days ago for sending out 50,000 emails. I got the report back yesterday, and we had a 5% open rate on each email, which is huge. I wasn't expecting 5%. We had a
is enormous.
Yeah, we had a 1.7% click-through rate per email, which is enormous. I before sending it, I was telling Jason, if we get 1%, that's amazing. We got 1.7%. So now I have opened the full throttle on the email campaign, and I have sent all the others on the list. They have been sent today. I should get the report in the next couple of days, and they're going to be recycled because you only have 5% open rate. A lot of people are not seeing it. So for the next couple of weeks, those emails are going to be recycled over and over, and we're going to get the results from it.
Okay, so you'll be able, I think that's a pretty interesting analytics that you had a pretty good open rate, and then even more importantly, a decent click-through rate, which, you know, we've all opened an email and then immediately deleted it. So it sounds like you're doing pretty good there to have a pretty good email campaign going, but you want to kind of keep that going. Where are you sending them to? Whenever you say a click-through, is that going to the website? Is that going to Telegram? Where are they being taken to?
It's going to the website. I don't like when you click on a crypto ad and it takes you to Telegram. I don't think all the crypto investors have Telegram. I don't think investors want to join a Telegram and just see memes or GIFs all over the place. So you send them to the best place, the place that has all the information, where they can see the contract, how it works, the white paper and all that. You send them to the website. It's the best way to send them. I've always sent on the PooCoin ads people on the website. It's always been on the website. It's the best conversion rate.
Yeah. Well, I like it just because it's the best information. If you send me to the Telegram, I'm going to have to ask the information of like, hey, what's this token about? That sort of thing. But you send me to the website, not only will I get the information, I also get all your marketing. I get, you know, the imagery that you want me to see. I get the text that you want me to see. I have access to the white paper, and I have access to the Telegram should I really want to go into there. So I think that's the right place to send them for them to learn the most about the project completely. So that's very interesting that you're wanting to use this email campaign so well. That will definitely benefit you from a marketing standpoint. Just as a quick reset here, if you're just joining in, because I've seen we have had a kind of an influx of people the last 10 minutes or so. My name is Steven. I go by the Voice of DeFi. You can always follow me on Twitter at Voice of DeFi. And we're doing an AMA here with Frenchie of French Connected Finance, and really giving us a lot of good, roadmap is the wrong word, but more of just a, the nuts and bolts of what he's been working on with French Connected. Because FCF is, give a dividend back, which is really great, but there's so much more to it as we're looking to get into more exchanges, an email marketing campaign, and really it's an entire ecosystem, right? An FCF's ecosystem. First of all, quickly explain what this ecosystem, what you dream for it to be, and then tell me about how you're going to develop for it.
So the ecosystem, the main part of it will be the payment gateway. If you open the roadmap, you can see some of the ecosystem. I'm going to share it in the Telegram, the ecosystem. I don't think you've ever seen it, our graphic.
Pull it up, yeah.
I'm sharing the ecosystem right now on Telegram.
I see it. Okay. I see the fees and the World Connect. Yeah. Go ahead and explain this. I'd love to hear it.
Everyone is super excited about the pay. Someone has his microphone open. Please mute your microphone so we can hear each other.
I got it. Okay, they're gone.
Sorry. Thank you. So everyone is excited about FCF Pay. Everyone just talk about FCF Pay. But our real big project is not FCF Pay. It's FCF World Connect. World Connect is an application that I'm not sharing with no one because I don't want anyone to steal the idea before we do it. Because FCF Pay has to be released before FCF World Connect. So just skipping that part and focusing on FCF Pay and the ecosystem, our ecosystem charges 1.5% on all transactions made with any crypto that you want to use. That's how our FCF Pay works. You'll be able to install FCF Pay on your e-commerce or your cell phone application and accept any crypto payment you want. So Dogecoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin, BNB, FCF, Baby Dogecoin, whatever token you want to use, you'll be able to use it for 1.5% fee, which is the merchant fee, not the retailer fee. 33% of that fee will go in the dividend pool. which rewards the holders, and 33 goes in the liquidity pool, which creates a more stable and stronger price. The other 33% will go in maintenance, salaries, and development of the ecosystem. So all the applications that we are building for FCF are all going to have the same model as this. So the more
This
apps we have, the more the holder makes.
and this is what you're holding on to. Now that I see this in graphic form, it helps me understand a little bit better. I hope it helps other people understand better too. But whenever you say we are serious about holding on to our ideals, that 33% goes to the dividend pool and 33% goes to the liquidity pool, this is exactly what you're talking about what you're negotiating for whenever you're having these negotiations, correct?
Correct. It is.
Yeah.
When I said the ecosystem was the backbone, well, that's the backbone. We're not going nowhere with it.
Yeah, right. Answer me this, and this is just as an aside that I want to know. So you've got 33% going to the liquidity pool, and you're absolutely right, and that will create price stabilization. And you want that. You want a good, especially as high as you guys' market cap is right now. It's over 20 million. You want a good high liquidity pool. Is there ever a time, if you ever get really a lot being contributed to that liquidity pool, that you ever say, okay, the price is as stable as it needs to be? Or do you just want it to continue to go there to make it more and more and more stable?
This haven't been set in stone. Obviously, we can at some period of time switch that 33% to 66% dividend pool. So this could be very good. But so far, I don't see when we could say, okay, the price is too stable now. But yes, if one day we realize that, okay, the liquidity pool is super solid and it doesn't need more support, we're going to close one valve and open the other one, and the dividend is going to be raining on everyone.
Yeah, it sure would. Well, and I'm glad you said that, because right now, absolutely, you need the liquidity pool. You need that 33% going to it. That would absolutely help out liquidity. And we may be a long way before that scenario I just said happens. But if it ever did, and really where you want to take this project about, the market cap that it could be and the volume that it could be, that could happen someday where you have just a lot of money going into the liquidity pool. And you're right. If it ever got shunted over to the dividend pool, oh man, because once that happened, that would mean that there's just a lot of money being going in, to make that liquidity pool get to that point. And that would be a lot of currency going into the dividend pool. So that would be pretty great. But yeah, I was just kind of trying to forward think a little bit there. So how's the development so far for getting this done? And then my second question is, what's your roadmap for this? What are you going to plan in the next year for this?
So the development of the payment gateway, we are ahead of roadmap. I am super excited about it. We're way ahead of it, so we have more time to tweak it and make it perfect. So that is something exciting.
Love it. Yeah, that is really exciting. So you're ahead of, that's great. Almost every project I deal with, and listen, I do a lot of AMAs. Almost every project I come in and people will say, I'm sorry, we're behind. We're going to have to delay the roadmap a little bit, which happens. And I don't hold it against tokens, but I could just say that you're different and that you're actually ahead of the roadmap a little bit. So once you get the roadmap done for this and you have this ecosystem kind of developed, then do you just make a website and try to bring in merchants to be able to use this? Or is that become a different side of marketing too, where now you don't have to market for investors, but you're marketing for people that might use FCF Pay?
So the way we're going to do it, I've shared the roadmap, by the way, on Telegram. You can see that for November and January, we have done half of everything yet.
Right. You sure have. Yeah, that's funny.
We've been 12 days into the month, and we have done
you've done
more than half of it.
Yeah, and this was supposed to last until January of 2022, and you've already almost done all of it. So yeah, that's ahead of schedule for sure.
Exactly. I've been blessed and cursed with something that doesn't allow me to stop until it's done. That's why I am always reading messages. I'm always on Telegram. I am fully committed to FCF. I know a lot of people are new here, but I've been able to retire early in my life, and I decided to come out of early retirement to work on FCF. So FCF is literally my only day-to-day obligation. That's why, unlike other projects, we've been killing roadmaps, we've been making tremendous success, and that we keep pushing forward.
Man, that is awesome, and thank you for sharing that roadmap. It's great to be able to kind of see that and see that you are indeed ahead of schedule, and like you said, not just a little ahead of schedule. That's actually quite a bit to be able to be, just like you said, 11 days into the, November to January time, and you've already done over half of them.
That's
I got it. There we go. I got them muted. All right. So very interesting there with your development. So I've heard some rumor, and I'm not always overhearing your Telegram. I'm in most of my days I'm doing AMAs, so I don't get to kind of get in the nitty gritty of all projects. But I'm over here with you today, but I've heard some rumor that you've got like an NFT collection going on. Can you give me the scoop on that?
Oh, I forgot to answer your last question. You said how we're going to market the FCF page.
Oh, yeah. No, I do. I want to know
that's
that. Yeah.
very important. So the way we're going to market FCF page is a smart way. We currently have 15 e-commerces that want to do beta testing. Every day I get more and more people asking me about it, and they want to install it on their e-commerce. We've set 15 e-commerce for the beta testing. That's more than enough. But we have a list of people that want to add it. Right now, we have over 6,000 holders and FCF. By the time that we launch FCF Pay, I'm expecting us to be over 15,000. On those 15,000 holders that are receiving dividends and will be receiving dividends even more by FCF Pay, they have at least 100 acquaintances in life. Those people might own e-commerces. So the community will be the first step in marketing FCF Pay. The community, I am very confident of that, are going to be able to push FCF Pay very fast at the beginning. I'm building a sales team for FCF Pay. We're going to be hiring salesmen that are going to approach e-commerces and application and talk to them about FCF Pay. But I think the initial push will be with the community.
That's a great answer for that. I'm glad that you're going to have a sales team. I do think eventually people will want this so bad. I mean, as I think about it, if I'm a merchant, let's say I'm the voice of DeFi and I want, my voice of DeFi merch. I'm going to sell some coffee mugs and kind of like your FCF stuff. But I want people to use any crypto that's out there. I want them to use Bitcoin or Ethereum or, whatever out there. I want them to use any of it. And I use FCF Pay. That you instantly kind of solve that pressure, that pain point that I have of, I wouldn't even know where to begin to accepting all those cryptos to sell my product. So I think it kind of sells itself, but you still have to have somebody to present it to me and tell me about, the ins and outs of it. Tell me that it's 1.5% of a transaction fee, which is less than a credit card transaction fee, by the way. All of this would make it beneficial to me, but you have to have somebody tell me about it. And I feel like you having a sales team is probably the right move. So when would you look to be hiring that sales team? Is this in 2022 or later?
Sales team is going to be built and hired in December while doing the beta testing.
Okay.
They need some time to get informed, to get ready, and they will start doing the sales as of there.
Okay.
Now, what's going to be big? I've been in a lot of new tokens that grew fast. Big ones. I'm not going to be naming tokens, but I've been always part of the community. I've seen the Reddit, and every time a token was getting momentum, you'd see people making posts like, oh, hey, I own a shop in this city and I'm accepting X token. And you see that they have like a sticker of the token. Obviously, no one ever came to that store and paid with that token, but people want to show support. Now, let's say you are a person that owns an e-commerce and you are a huge token fanatic. You'd want to put FCF Pay and accept that token and show people that you are accepting that token.
I mean, it'd be like you said, it's with people that are so passionate. It's just great to have them in the fold. So yeah, of course. So, all right. Well, you've said earlier that I'd said that I had heard that you might be creating an NFT collection. Can you give me a little more info on that? Because I want to know about it. I really like NFTs, and I've talked about a lot of them on my Twitter Spaces here recently. And so because of that, I want to know what you've got kind of in mind for an NFT collection.
Okay, so we're building an NFT collection. I'm super hyped up about that. The NFT collection obviously are going to be French bulldogs. The name of the NFT is gonna be French fellas, like good fellas, but French fellas.
French fellas, I love it.
There's gonna be about 2,000 mobster Frenchies with rank. You're gonna have the boss, you're gonna have the capos, the soldier, the associate, and all the ranking of a mafia family that comes with it. The higher you get, the rarer that NFT is. And then we're gonna be adding female Frenchies also. They're gonna be rare. But when you own a female and a male, you'll be able to mint an NFT baby of the second collection that is coming.
So you have to have both to be able to mint on the second collection.
So if you have a female, you can mint a new NFT of the second collection with one male. But if you have a second male, you'll be able to mint with that other one. One male can mint once with one female. So someone minting a female will be able to buy males and make baby NFTs on the second collection, or sell that female NFT on the marketplace for way more than he minted it for.
Oh yeah, a female sounds like she would be worth quite a bit. If
she would, because she's a baby making machine.
Right, and there's no limit to how many babies she can make. Is that correct? As long as she's
correct.
Got
it's once with one male, but she can change male as many times as she wants. So now we're gonna have the top 50 being the rarest NFT. Those are going to be super HD, and the top one is going to be obviously my French bulldog. It's gonna be an NFT made after him. It's Gotti the Frenchie. So whoever will get Gotti the Frenchie, believe me, I'll buy it for a lot.
Yeah, because you want it. But I love this about NFTs though. There's no guarantee that you get it, or it is a guarantee that somebody will get it, but you will be putting a message out, I'm sure, that says, what's it gonna take for me to get this one? Because you obviously feel passionate about it. You've got a whole token here that's almost surrounded around with French bulldogs. Obviously your own is going to be quite hyped for you to be a part of. Well, this has been awesome. This has been an awesome update that you've given everything. I can't imagine who couldn't have heard this and not feel like really bullish about this. I mean, you've told me about the L Bank listing. It's starting this next Tuesday. You talked about what you're looking for new exchanges. You covered your email marketing campaign and how your analytics behind that have been really, really solid. You went over your ecosystem and what you have planned for the next year and how you're able to kind of make that all work together to try to get merchants to be able to use this and have a sales team with it, which I was really kind of blown away by. And then you kind of is really almost like a cherry on top, the finale. If you've ever seen a fireworks show where they just really go crazy there at the end, this NFT collection. I want a female Frenchie, and I don't think I would sell it. She seems like a NFT printing machine, and I don't think I would sell if I had me a female Frenchie. But maybe if I don't mint one, I'll be looking to purchase one. So that would be pretty cool. Any last words you want to give up before we wrap up here, or just tell people where's the best place to keep up with the latest information and news?
So the NFT, I forgot to tell you, they're going to have utilities also. Each NFT is going to be unique and have a utility. We haven't set in stone what utilities they will have, but maybe you can have more BNB rewards with this NFT, or maybe less fees with that NFT. Or let's say you mint that NFT, well, good, you just won $5,000. Each NFT is going to be unique and will have attributes for it.
That's really great, because you're right. A lot of NFTs, they're art, and that's great. I think art appreciation has really had a renaissance with NFTs, but utility NFTs are even more outstanding, because then you get to, you don't just get the art, you get something that goes with it. And like you said, maybe it's a contest, maybe it's, numerous different things, but having a use case with the some utility with the art that's on them, well, that'll be really cool too. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about that without a doubt. So that's fantastic. How have you compared how much it would be in BNB? Oh, sorry. I thought somebody was asking something with us in here. Well, that's fantastic. I really appreciate, first of all, you having me on here. But second of all, I really appreciate just all the information that you've given out. It's been quite informative.
Thank you for coming. So I guess we can take some questions. We can give like a 10-15 minutes of Q&A.
What's up,
Hi
Stephanie?
there. Hi there. I'm interested in finding out how to compound my dividends and also how to get into the Farmageddon.
So to get into Farmageddon, the devs at Farmageddon would be the best to explain it. They have a Telegram. They explain everything very good and easy. It's fairly easy. To compound your BNDs, if you meant compounding your FCF rewards, you would have to manually buy BNB, FCF with the BNB that you get daily. Now, if you want to create an LP and farm it on Farmageddon, you can go under Telegram. They will show you step by step how to do it. It's fairly easy. It sounds complicated, but it's easy.
Awesome.
Okay, thank you.
Frenchie,
Thank you, Stephanie, for listening and for that question.
Frenchie, can I ask one question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this is MJ. Hey, first of all, I have to thank you that I really appreciate that you have a vision, you have a timeline, and you are going with that timeline. That's excellent. You are providing what you have been planning. So thank you for that. But I have been thinking about that. You have been talking about that corporatist thing. So could you explain once more what's the plan?
What's the plan with it? I guess you missed the beginning of the AMA, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, you were planning to make this as a corporate.
Oh, make FCF a corporate.
Yes,
So,
yes.
FCF on the roadmap says that by January we will be an LLC. We will be a registered company and not online entity anymore. It's going to be a real entity that will be registered in North America.
Okay.
So, I don't know if that was the question.
Yeah. But I was wondering that how we the owners or the holders, how this will affect to us. Are we going to be the
affecting
owners
to the
company?
holders? It's going to give a guarantee to the holders because an LLC can be sued if anything. An LLC has to respect a lot of laws, so it's a guarantee for the holders. Eventually, the LLC with FCF Pay and the ecosystem can become huge and could be listed on stock exchange. Now, being an FCF holder, you might have perks with that stock option.
Okay.
But those are more, when it comes to the stocks, it's more in the next year roadmap. That's long term.
Yeah. But I'm always looking up to the stars. So what is the big picture? But hey, I love you, man. You really provide, and this is. I have never met this kind of crypto project before. So respect. I'm here and I'm holding. Thank you, man.
Hi, baby boy. Hi, sweetie. How's my sweetie boy, huh?
I don't think she's talking to us.
That's not me anymore.
I didn't think anybody was calling us baby boy.
Well, I will if you provide some couple of billions for us. I will call you anywhere, anything you want.
Right.
So we're taking one more question.
Somebody get him. All right. Yeah. Is there one more question out there? First of all, thanks to Stephanie and thanks to MJ for asking some very good, intelligent questions that I think will help. I think they're asking questions that I think maybe a lot of people might be asking. So they're great questions. Anybody else?
Can I ask a question regarding the NFTs?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm wondering how many will be released in the first batch, or so to say, and what will be the price of minting?
So the price of minting, we're not sure yet. We are still debating if we do it on the Ethereum network or if we do it on the BSC network. Obviously, BSC network is way cheaper, but the marketplace is terrible compared to Ethereum. We want the people that mint the NFT to be able to sell them for big money eventually. So if we want to do that, it has to be on the Ethereum network. The the amount of the NFT to mint will be market price. Market price means the average of how much an NFT collection is worth during minting. How many NFT there's gonna be? We are thinking about 2,000 at first. So we have 6,000 holders now, and we're thinking about doing 2,000 NFT for the first collection, and then doing a second collection after that will be directly linked to the first collection. That will be one you'll be able to mint with female and male Frenchies for the second collection.
Okay,
So we want the collection to be scarce, not have too many. We want the people that mint it to be able to sell it for more eventually.
okay, that's a great answer, thank you. But seeing as you launch on BSC, don't you think you'll have a pretty big gap if you decide to start your NFT collection on Ethereum?
I did not understand the question. You have a lot of echo.
Sorry, my bad. I'll save it.
I think what he was asking is the technical difficulty it will be if you start your collection on ETH rather than on BSC, since you're already established on BSC.
Well, we can always make one on Ethereum, but I don't know what's the percentage of our holder that do work with Ethereum. So that's the reason why I am aiming for BSC, because it's more easy for everyone. But obviously, Ethereum has a way bigger marketplace.
It definitely does.
That's the problem. It's either you go for a big marketplace or you go for something simple. So we're gonna have to do a poll in the Telegram and let the community decide which option they want. But it's either on BSC or Ethereum.
There's big money on Ethereum, big money on Ethereum, but those gas fees are going to deter a lot of your community, but there is big money on it.
There's big money and there's big market. People buy and sell on it. The BSC NFT network is honestly terrible. There's not a lot of volume happening on the NFT collection. Obviously, I don't want people to buy it and not be able to sell it after.
Right.
So on the BSC, it will be problem selling it. On the Ethereum, the problem is going to be buying it. So each has its own problem. So that's why I want the community to hop in and decide which network they want. We will have a public poll that will last about 24 hours, will be done in the next couple of days, and we will let the community decide on which network they want.
Well, you can sell what you can't buy, you know?
Yes, everything is sellable, but if it takes you 10 weeks to sell something that you could sell in 2 days on the other marketplace, that's something not very good.
Okay, awesome.
All
Thank
right.
you.
One last question for the voice of DeFi.
Yes, sir.
Do you give your blessing to us all in here with the French connection?
Of course I don't know what my blessing would accomplish,
Because
but
you are the voice of DeFi. We need your
as I said
blessing.
before, it's because of my voice, not because of I can speak over things. But I am an investor
You're the
in
man.
there. Thank you. I appreciate that. Anybody that wants to follow me around, you can check me out on Twitter. But it's my pleasure to be here with French Connection. This is an awesome project, and it's one that I'm happy to be able to do the AMA with. So I don't plan to be a stranger around here, and hopefully we can do these often, and we can keep everybody informed about this project, because I can't wait to see it. As it, let's face it, it's in its infancy right now. I know FCF has came so far in a short amount of time, But a year from now, we may look at November 11th or November 12th, 2021 as we were all little babies in FCF at that time. So I look at this as, it's very early in this, and I'm excited.
And I have to say to you guys that this was really well organized. So yes, keep this going.
Awesome.
Well done.
Appreciate it. Yeah, this is a lot of fun, and I always think that this style of AMA, of a little laid back but a little structured as well, is always maybe the most informative way, because there's a few questions that I just asked off the tip of my tongue just because I think about them, because I think that's what you guys want to ask him, is some of those questions that I ask. So there's some things that I know need to be asked, but there's other things that I just think should be asked. So I ask them, and yeah, I hope it was informative for everybody.
I was going to say that amazing AMA. Thank you for coming. Thank you for hosting. Our weekly AMAs are always going to be with you. We really like the way that you host it. And that I have recorded that AMA, and I will post it on the Telegram and the announcement channel for those that did not listen to it from the start. You'll be able to listen to it.
Awesome.
One more thing. Everybody look at the charts. Green.
Green for 2 weeks straight.
Beautiful. Yeah, it's a beautiful chart.
Yes.
It's a beautiful chart. Yeah, I've actually already had people DMing me asking about is the meeting recorded and things like that. So yeah, Frenchie, if you can make sure you put out this AMA where people can listen to it, I think they would appreciate it.
Yes, I will.
Excellent. If you want to send it to me, I don't know if you have a YouTube channel, but
I'll send it to the Telegram.
Okay, yeah, I've got my personal YouTube channel. I'll put it on there. It'll take me a while to put some pretty graphics on it, but I'll put it on there, and then people can listen to it there as well.
Amazing. Thank you.